Live from Treviland Broadcasting System in Treviland, welcome to the evening news.
Thanks for joining us here at TBS, the best economic news team on the planet. I'm Erica.
I'm Monica.
Today we'll be covering topics that are near and dear to every current and future student's heart: tuition, and the impact the economy has on it. Our stories will range from the percentage of increased tuition due to inflation to how the $700 billion bailout will affect tuition in the future. With the economy on the verge of a recession, college tuition across the country is on the rise. Throughout our broadcast, we will check in with other team members to give you the latest on this endogenous economic development.
Given the current state of the economy, our pocketbooks have been suffering greatly because of inflation. Many students locally are facing economic hardships due to the economy's impact on tuition. Across the state, tuition has increased much like gas and other goods. The following figures are average costs of tuition and fees at various universities across the state of Texas. A student who wishes to enroll for 15 hours during the fall and spring semester would have to pay $8,438 to attend the University of Texas at Austin, $7,899 at Texas A&M, $5,910 at Sam Houston State University, $8,168 at the University of Houston main campus, and last but not least, $4,934 at the University of Houston downtown. This year, there has been a 5.9% increase in tuition to cover inflationary raises for faculty and staff and improve student services at the University of Houston main campus, while at UHD, the hike was a mere 4.1%.
Now with the latest on this matter, let's go to Eric live.
Many are predicting some of the biggest tuition increases in more than a decade. So if tuition prices do go up, we asked, who's to blame?
A lot of people say it's the conflict in Iraq.
I blame. What's his name, Bush?
The lack of the state subsidizing as much as they used to, the state cutting back on their contribution.
We did some of our own research and found that private schools are in a tough situation because their endowments are shrinking in the stock market, and that state governments are cutting appropriations to higher education as a result of shrinking tax revenues. In fact, 17 states have already announced funding cuts to their university programs.
And now to Fred. Fred?
Reach
Are
your
you
arms
there,
in.
Fred?
Now,
Fred,
make
we
up.
need you.
Don't get my good side. Don't mess around. Don't mess around. Get that out of here. Breaking news. This just in. Tuition has been frozen in the state of Texas for the next 2 years. So all undergraduates, go get your degree. Because right now the tuition prices have been frozen by the state.
The Texas legislature just had a bill introduced just yesterday to freeze college tuition for the next 2 years. Okay, it has the widespread support of a variety of guys, including Mario Gallegos, who's our guy here. And it looks like the legislature is going to pass that bill freezing tuition for 2 years. So I don't think it's going to increase for the next 2 years at all. Texas is in a surplus position right now. Forget the federal government. Texas is in a surplus position. So I don't think the Texas legislature is not in a position right now to have to cut back on higher ed funding necessarily.
And I'm going to ask this gentleman here a question about the breaking news, and he's taking a nap, so we'll get back to him later. With current tuition prices, they've increased 60% over the last 8 years. You heard that too, because we just did a breaking news segment on that just a few seconds ago. With that, you were, oh really? Outstanding. So how do you feel about that? I'm sorry, what's your name?
Carlily. Carlily?
Yes. Carlene, could you tell us something about that?
I don't know. The prices keep on going up, and it's harder for us.
Now that they've frozen the prices, how do you feel about that?
That's good.
Excellent. How are you?
Fine.
What's your name, ma'am?
Marie.
Maria. How are you doing today? So with the current bailout plan, has it affected your gas tank any?
Actually, in a way, no and yes, because I drive my car only to when I need to go to the store and buy groceries. I don't bring it to school. I ride Metro.
Metro is planning to increase fares by 20% because of the government, with this government bailout plan. And so how do you feel about that?
Then I'll just start driving my car. Gas is going to be cheaper. I think it's dumb because they're just not helping the economy. They're just making us work harder for our money. I mean, we work hard for our money already. It is just to waste it on something that's supposed to be there for the city and the students.
With the current forecast and the current economic market, is Starbucks going to start branching out and start selling hamburgers?
I don't think we are because we're not corporate. We're what you call Aramark owned, so we're like not franchised.
Would you reduce the amount of sugar inside of your Frappuccino lattes?
We don't use that much sugar. We use just the syrups.
This just in, Melvin with our breaking news.
So I'm standing in front of the Treviland University, and this is an incredible sight. People from all over are rushing the university to get their registration forms filled out for this free tuition. They're bringing their goats and sheep and carts of carrots and televisions. This is a very odd sight. I guess they use it for currency here in Treviland. Oh my goodness, apparently there are a limited number of seats for all college tuition here at Treviland, and there seems to be a fight breaking out. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. Chairs and people are flying, bodies, pens, number 2 pencils. I'm ducking. Get down. I'm out of here. Have you ever heard of Treviland?
Of what?
Have you ever heard of Treviland?
No.
Did you know that in Treviland they're giving away tuition to all its inhabitants?
That's cool.
Would you want to go to Treviland if they were giving away free tuition to all its inhabitants?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Treviland?
Of who?
Excuse me. Can I ask you two real quick one question? That's okay. Have you ever? Okay. That's. They're from Treviland. Wanted to know, have you ever heard of Senior T?
Senior T
Yes, of Treviland.
of Treviland. I've heard of Treviland. Yes, but Senior T, no.
Have you ever heard of Treviland?
No.
Did you know that in Treviland, the dictator Senior T is giving away tuition to all its inhabitants?
Really?
Yes.
Where's it at?
It's in Trevistan. Yes.
What continent is that on?
Is that in Europe? It's in Europe.
I've never heard of that place before.
There you have it. Another one who's never heard of Treviland.
Thank you for tuning in. Please join us next time as we continue to bring you the latest information on how the economy is impacting college students.
This has been Erica and Monica reporting live from Treviland. Thank you and see you next time.
When you're tired of feeling down and always stay